How's it going, everyone? James Lynch here for OddsChecker US, doing my breakdown of Saturday night's UFC 257 main event, which features Conor McGregor taking on Dustin Poirier in a rematch, this time at lightweight. Their first fight was at 145, and this is going to be taking place on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. Let's start first with Conor McGregor, fighting for the first time in over a year. Of course, he hasn't fought since that knockout win over Donald Cowboy Cerrone back at welterweight. He did look great in that fight, but do keep in mind this fight is going to be at 155, so a weight class lower. It's going to be the first fight that Conor's had at 155 since he fought Khabib Nurmagomedov and ended up losing that fight in Abu Dhabi back in 2019. McGregor, of course, hasn't fought that much since winning the lightweight title a couple of years ago back in 2016. He's actually only fought 3 times since the start of 2017, and that's including his fight with Floyd Mayweather in the boxing ring. So he's only actually had 2 MMA fights since then, which is a key point I'll allude to in a second here. McGregor, of course, winning the majority of his fights by knockout, and in general, just a guy that's just an exciting fighter to watch. You definitely don't want to miss this, but like I mentioned, this fight is much different than their first fight. Conor McGregor getting the first round knockout win in their first fight way back at UFC 178. That was back in September of 2014, and like I said, both fighters have grown immensely since that first fight. Dustin Poirier has now been a mainstay at American Top Team, which is his main camp right now, which is one of the best camps in the world. So I think that'll play a role in this fight as well. And the activity, Dustin Poirier, a lot more active than Conor McGregor. He's fought 8 times since the start of 2017. So we'll see if that plays a role in this fight. I'm not alluding that McGregor hasn't been training. Certainly he has, but certainly when you've been in the cage that much, it does benefit usually the more active fighters, in this case, Dustin Poirier. Poirier is coming off a pretty impressive win over Dan Hooker in his last fight. Dan Hooker in the co-main event of this card, and that's what earned him this shot. The fight before that, he also lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov. So both have lost to the Eagle, both McGregor and Dustin Poirier. But the one thing you got to look at in this fight is that Dustin Poirier, while he does have some good wins over Dan Hooker and Max Holloway and also Justin Gaethje, he does get hit a lot in fights, and that's Conor McGregor's bread and butter. This guy hits like no one else in the lightweight division. So I do think if it does stay standing, which it probably will be, I can't see Dustin Poirier trying to wrestle Conor McGregor, trying to take him to the ground. I think McGregor has this fight once again. However, I don't think it's going to be as quick as the last fight for a couple of reasons. Number one, like I said, Poirier has been at American Top Team a little bit more. He's a little bit more seasoned. He's with a better camp now, because when he first fought McGregor, he'd only been at the gym for a little bit. So I think that'll help. I think the fact this is at 155 helps. Poirier's only been knocked out 1 time since moving up to 155 in a fight against Michael Johnson that, honestly, if they fought 9 out of 10 times, I think Poirier takes that fight. So it's just a thing where he got caught. Poirier, for the most part, his chin is held up pretty well at 155 and fighting guys that have knockout power like Dan Hooker, like Justin Gaethje, like Eddie Alvarez. So I think Poirier definitely a little bit more durable at 155. But I honestly think it's just a matter of time before McGregor finds that chin and knocks him out in this fight. So right now you can get McGregor for about 3-1 odds. I would look at that knockout prop just because I do think McGregor does finish this fight, and I do think he finishes Poirier again. I don't think it'll be in 60 seconds like McGregor's been proclaiming. I don't think it's going to even be in the first round. I think second or third round finish by Conor McGregor is most likely in this fight. He's definitely got the edge of already having the win. While he hasn't had as much experience fights, I should say, over the last couple of years, that might also be to his benefit because Poirier has taken a lot of shots. So McGregor, if anything, hasn't had that wear and tear that maybe Poirier has had heading into the fight. But either way, feeling pretty confident that Conor McGregor gets the job done. I think, like I said, second or third round knockout to get it done in the main event of UFC 257. So that's my pick for this fight. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who are you leaning with on this fight? Is it Conor McGregor? Is it Dustin Poirier? Give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you check out my other breakdowns. I do them every single week on this channel, as well as my interviews as well, which you can find here on the OddsChecker US channel. I'm James Lynch. Enjoy the fight on Saturday. It's going to be a good one. I'll see you next time.